Well, friends, I tried dating recently, and if you know me, you might know, or you might not, that I am always flying solo. Maybe I meet a person, a guy, I'm straight, let's see, once every couple years that takes my interest. I'm very rarely interested in people, but I'm trying to date. I'm trying, I'm putting some effort out there. You know, and it's easy to think, oh, well, you probably, you know, especially if you know the story with my husband, you know, he's got, ex-husband, he's got his own issues. You think, oh, well, she just must be naive or whatever, and it's quite the opposite. Because I've studied sociology and I've met and studied so many people, I notice things more than your typical person. So I'm going to notice behaviors that would be red flags for me aren't going to necessarily be red flags for most people because they don't even notice them. So that's a little bit of a challenge. But anyway, so I'm going to tell you my whimsical dating story and then bring it around into a philosophical moral lesson. So if you're into that, stick around and we're going to have some fun. So the story is that this guy contacts me off Facebook. Here's the positives, right? Has a job, kind of has his stuff together, you know, has a daughter that's 2 years older than my daughter. We go to the same church, you know, he seems really charming, attraction's there, chemistry's there. Okay, I can see some potential in this. Here's where we start to downslide. He's super interested at first, and then all of a sudden just sort of like phases off, you know, just kind of flakes off. But you know, he was coming on at first, like wanting to hold my hand, and I'm like, okay, you know, like seems like a decent guy. Well, here's the strange parts. His best friends are gay, right? He goes to my church, okay, Christian church. His best friends are gay. He tells me how important gay marriage is to him, passionately important about gay marriage. Okay, and so after a little while, you know, he's like fading off and just like really flaky. Like the one week it was like, hey, do you want to go to church together? That's at 10 o'clock, okay? Don't hear from him. 12, 1 rolls by. Do you want to have lunch after church or meet up after church? Oh yeah, let's meet up after church. This guy did not show up until like 8 o'clock at night. Like, what were you doing all day? To not contact, to not nothing, just off in outer space until 8 o'clock at night. But so anyway, super flaky. And then there's the gayness, the flakiness, and then there's like posting all these pictures. I mean, like drunk every day. Drinking every day, posting wasted pictures from Waffle House. Like, we're in our 30s, and you have a kid. Okay. But yeah. And so anyway, after being flaked on, I'm like, hey, so what's up? What's going on? You know? And he's like, oh, well, you know, I'm definitely seeing other people, and I thought I made it clear that, you know, I'm only looking for casual sex or casual encounters or whatever. And I'm like, no, you definitely never said that, right? So here's the difficulty as a sociologist. From what I've observed, I've noticed about 75% of the men that I've witnessed are somewhat actively interested in other men. So there's a challenge there, because first of all, no woman wants to be cheated on, right? No woman wants to be cheated on with her man. But even more so, no woman wants to be cheated on for another man. I think that's pretty obvious. No woman wants to be a wife for show, you know, just to pretend that he's straight. So trying to find a guy in today's society that is straight not an addict to whatever, okay? Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever. And that's kind of the big part. That's a big chunk of it. My list of qualifications just keeps getting narrower, like, as the years go on, because it's like, well, are you at least straight? Are you straight? Do you not have a drug addiction? Do you not have felonies? Because that's pretty hard to find. Somebody who's honest, that would be, right, incredible, even better. So anyway, it's just, yes, I'm always alone. Yes, it would be great to have a relationship, but I'm going to be straight honest with you. I would much rather be alone than be with somebody who is not worth my time. Because just like casual stuff and people who don't deserve you, it's wasting your time. And when you know, like myself or like anyone else, I work full-time, plus run a business, plus have a toddler, plus have animals, and it's like, people who are wastes waste your time. So don't allow that in your life. Don't let that in your life. And I also want to, bring it back around to a philosophical perspective on the whole concept of quote-unquote casual sex. Listen, from a spiritual perspective, okay, sex is not casual. Sex is two souls intertwining on the astral plane. It is the deepest, greatest, most spiritual connection you can have. To say, oh, I just want it casual, that's not real. That's like saying, you know what? I want to be a Christian, but I only want to be a casual Christian, right? I only want to go to church on Easter and Christmas, and I want people to think that I'm a good person, but I'm not going to pray, and I'm not going to have a relationship with God, and I'm not going to, do any of those other things. I'm not going to live my life like that, but I just want to be a casual Christian on the holidays. I don't think you understand what it is that you're missing. I think people treat sexuality as like a body function, like, oh, I need to eat, I need to poop, I need to sex. And that's all they can comprehend from it. For a meditative and spiritual person, the right interaction is like, it's like meeting God, it's a combination of souls on an astral level. It's so much deeper than that. And I think, when you find these people that think that it's casual or think that it's just here and there, they have no comprehension of what it means on the spiritual plane and what it truly recognizes. And it's the same way with spirituality. There are so many people that they want to go to church, they want to seem like a good person, but they've never really had a connection. God may have never spoken to them. They've never really had a true awakening or true connection. And so they have no idea what they're missing. They think that going through the motions on the holidays is it. That's all they know. They've never had that higher level of being. So anyway, just as a message today, respect yourself, respect your space. Never be afraid to set boundaries or standards in your life. And life is lived at the depth that you choose to live it. It is beautiful and meaningful on the deep end, because there's just so much more quality of life here. So, if life's a pool, you get to choose where you set your place, and you can live it deeply or you can live it shallowly, but it's really beautiful and crystal clear on the deep end. So may you all explore life with open eyes, a sense of wonder, respect for yourself, respect for others, quality of life, and a connection to the spiritual. And just have a great day. I've got to go because the boss is calling, but hope y'all have a great day. Thank you.